Alright. Hello guys, I'm Brian Kilcommons, and I'm a surfer myself. So when beginning out with surfing, you're going to want to ride an 8-foot foam board like this. So an 8-foot board has many advantages. It's longer, so it's easier to ride. Also, there's more volume, so the board floats a lot better. And you can catch mostly every wave you want to take. But if you want to go into more intermediate boards, the board you should get is a 7-foot foam board. You can ride a lot more bigger waves with 7-foot boards. It's more of an intermediate, mid-level board. You can still learn on it, which is nice, but then you can also still get into the more intermediate to expert level surfing with these boards. Now, if you really want to step it up to the plate, you can go invest in a lot shorter foam board. I recommend just sticking with the foam boards too, because they're a lot safer. So if you were to fall off the board and get hurt, a foam board's hitting you in the head, not a fiberglass board, which would really mess you up. Also, if you're starting to surf, I recommend getting a wetsuit. They keep you warm during the winter months and even in the colder water. But all in all, you want to go for a longer board. Here I am with Jack Johnson from Nye Surf Co., and we're going to explain to you what's the best beginner board to ride. Jack is going to tell you a little bit about himself, and then he's going to show you what boards he uses.
Hi, my name is Jack Johnson. I'm owner of Nye Surf Co. So what I do is I basically teach lessons to kids over the summer about how to surf. I do all ages. So I usually have mostly beginners that have never surfed before, but I also have people that are more advanced at surf. So I teach all levels. So typically, for when we're starting out with board choice, so we typically want to go for, most people, an 8-foot board is good for starting off with. We use foam boards here because they're easier to stand on. They're more there's less room for error because you can't really get hurt on these too bad, because if it like hits you, it's not gonna leave a mark as much because it's not hard like one of these. So basically, foam boards are perfect for starting out. 8 foot's perfect for most people. If you're smaller, you could start off on 7 foot or even a 6 foot. I don't have a 6 foot here with me, but 6 foot's pretty good. But 7 foot's pretty. It's like the next level down you want from 8 foot. If you're really big, and you're starting out, you want a 9-foot board. It's a lot more stable, but you can't really turn it as much, so you kind of just have to go in a straight line. Overall, I'd recommend starting out with an 8-foot, and then as you get more advanced, you want to get the board smaller. So you'd probably want to start on 8-foot foamy, and then I would recommend after you're good with that, you go to something like this, which is I think this is the 7 foot 3 inch fiberglass board. That will give you a little bit more maneuverability when you're surfing. And then as you keep going, you can keep working your way down. So once you get more advanced, you can step down to a short board. This one happens to be 5'8", so this one, you can short boards are really good for turning and getting a lot of speed in when you're surfing. So usually when you get advanced at surfing, you start to go on a shorter board. They can also take bigger waves, and it's easier to paddle out. But overall, for starting out, I would recommend an 8-foot board. Yeah.
All right, hello. My name is Ryan Moffitt, and I'm John Kay, and we both surf on Long Beach Island, New Jersey. And I personally have been surfing for about 2.5 years now. And how long have you been surfing for, John?
I don't know, probably similar, probably like 2.5, 3 years.
Probably 2.5 years. All right. Well,
Somewhere.
when I first started surfing, I started on a 8-foot foam board, and that's probably around 60 liters. And what that is like, I mean, what that provides is just it's very stable, and it's long, and it's pretty easy to ride on the waves. So it's a really good board to start off on to learn like the fundamentals of like popping up and the form and all that good stuff. What board did you start on, Sean?
Similar to you, I started on an 8-foot, not a wave storm. It was an 8-foot liquid shredder.
So it was another foam
It was
board.
another foam board.
Very similar board.
Like, yeah, most of the foam boards are pretty much the exact same. But, you know, high, as Moff said, as Ryan said, high volume, high leaderage makes it easier, much easier to surf and learn the fundamentals and the basics.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we started on that, and now, your board size kind of correlates to your skill level, your size, your weight, all that good stuff. So now I ride a 6'2" JS Raging Bull, which is roughly 32 liters. That is the Hi-Fi? It's like an epoxy,
It's an epoxy,
carbon
yeah,
fiber mix.
yeah.
So it's a hard top board. That's what I ride because like I weigh like, you know, I'm 6'6", 190 pounds. So I mean that's a good board for me. And you know the board shape and sizes are a whole different amount of board shapes and sizes. We could sit here and talk all day, but for the smaller waves, it's a good board for where I surf. And what are you riding now, John?
Well, I got my 5'6" Hidden Shapes Hypto Crypto, which actually which was voted surfboard of the year, I think in like 2016 or something. The board's sick. You can go in any condition.
How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
I'm 5'11", 145. So
Gotcha. How many liters would you say that is?
that board is 27 liters.
27 liters. So definitely a smaller board, more performance. But like you said, you could go for just about any condition.
Just
Big
because of the
waves,
shape.
small
Just because of the
waves.
shape. The
The
shape
shape is-
matters a
yeah.
lot depending on where you're surfing and what you're doing.
Yeah, no, there's definitely lots of shapes and sizes. So, yeah, I mean, that's really it. If I had to recommend for anyone, I would say definitely start off on a foam board, or if you start off on a fiberglass or an epoxy board, make sure it's a big board, a lot of liters, and practice the fundamentals. And as you get better and you progress, you move down. So it's kind of interesting. You start off with the big board and you go smaller and smaller as you get better, and depending on what the waves are and what you're looking to do on the board. So yeah, I mean that just about wraps it up, right?
I mean,
Any closing remarks?
yeah, I'd just say if you're gonna surf, stick with it because you might get a little frustrated with it, and you know everyone
Definitely
does.
lots of patience.
Lots of patience. You got to sit out there, and you're gonna have to just sit and wait for waves, and you're gonna catch a wave, and you're gonna fall flat right away. But you have to keep doing it over and over and over again, and one day you'll just get it, and it makes it a whole lot of fun out in the ocean.
Sounds like a plan. All right, thank you very much for having us. Bye bye.